Check this shit out. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. But yeah, anyway. I'm doing Legend of Korra reviews. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Episode 1 and 2. Episode 1, we meet Korra. I think the location takes like 70 years after the first series. Aang is dead. Everyone else is dead except for Katara. Katara's alive, and the new avatar is a girl named Korra. She is very like Aang. You know, I saw all these comparison pictures of her doing things that Aang did. Very much like Aang. Korra's 17 at the start, and she's seen like fire bending and stuff and like practicing. Katara is overseeing her training. So is the White Lotus group, and they're overseeing like Korra's training and shit. And it was nice to see Katara. I'm glad Katara is still alive. She looks old. She looks like Gran. Her Gran. Her looks like her grandma and shit. But yeah, then Tenzin shows up. I think that's what happens next. I haven't seen it. I saw the episode last week. Tenzin shows up. It's just Aang's son. He's probably my favorite character so far. Tenzin, he and his 3 children, and his son Milo is also another one of my favorites. Milo's seen like biting Tenzin's head when they're running in on like the flying bison. And you get to meet Tenzin's children. Jinora, Ikki, Milo is the boy. Milo's my favorite one of his children. He's so funny. And they're all visiting Katara and Korra, and Tenzin's gonna teach Korra airbending. Oh, and Tenzin's wife is actually pregnant with the 4th child, and she doesn't want another child that is an airbender. She wants a non-bender child, because they're all crazy and shit. But oh, and another part that was funny. When I think it was Jinora that was like, "Hey, Gram, can you tell us what happened to Zuko's mom?" She's like, "Oh, well, that is an awesome story." And then Ikki like interrupts, and I was like, "Oh, you're trolling us." That was funny. That was really funny. I'm still laughing thinking about it. So I see the humor of Avatar. I see the humor still there. I'm glad. This felt like a different series, but it's intended to, so that's a good thing. It's pretty hilarious so far. And then I like the connection between Korra and Tenzin. And Korra, wants Tenzin to teach her airbending, but Tenzin has to go to like the Republic City, which is a city that was founded by Zuko and Aang, I think. Yeah, and there's a statue of Aang there, I'm pretty sure. So Korra against like Tenzin's wishes and the wishes of other people, leaves. And Katara actually, Katara encourages Korra to go, and she's like, "It's your time, Korra." And this part, it's right here, man, right here, and like, cause you can see, when Korra and Katara hug, there's a scene in the original Avatar where Aang and Katara hug, and Katara's making the same exact face when she hugged Korra, and she's crying, I think, when she hugs Korra this time, and I was just like, oh man, like friendship, it transcends generations, it transcends that, because. I think Katara, she sees Aang in Korra, and she's like, no matter what, like they're still like have that connection, even though Aang's gone, but like Korra's here, so that was probably one of my favorite parts of the first episode. So yeah, Korra goes to Republic City, and we see her crazy antics, and she's fighting off these benders, and then she gets captured by some metal benders. Oh, you see metal benders. So Toph apparently spread the art of metal bending. And the metal benders are like the police, and the chief is Chief Beifong. I think her name's Lin. She is Toph's daughter. So Toph, yeah, she got it. She had a husband. I'm curious. Who was Toph's husband? Anyway, and it turns out Chief Beifong knows that Korra is the Avatar, but she doesn't give a shit. Even though, her mom fought alongside Aang. She's like, I don't give a fuck. So Korra and, Chief Beifong have this, rivalry, This is hilarious. Tenzin comes in, takes Korra away, and then there's this hilarious thing where Chief Beifong is just like... And then Korra does this, awesome faces, and she walks away. And then Chief Beifong's like... That part was hilarious too. So there's going to be a rivalry between them, but I feel like Chief Beifong is going to help out Korra in the end. Because I saw a trailer and it showed her helping her out. But yeah, then Korra's taken by Tenzin. Tenzin is like mad at Korra. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Katara actually had 3 children with Aang. One of them she named after King Bumi. One of them she named after her mother, Kia. I think that's her name. And Tenzin was the youngest one. And she stated that Bumi and Kia were the more wild, kind of like Tenzin's children, but Tenzin's very calm and collected. But yeah, Tenzin, like Korra's like, oh, your mom said I could come over here, and then Tenzin gets really mad, like he has a red face. Don't talk about my mother. Don't bring my mother into this. And so we know whenever Tenzin, when you talk about Tenzin's mom, he gets mad. But yeah, the first episode basically, Tenzin allows Korra to stay in the Republic City, I guess, with him and his children, so she can learn airbending because she's already mastered the other 3 elements. So yeah, that was the first episode, and we found out that the leader, there's a group called the Equalists, and the leader is Amon, who I think I read before that the Equalists had the same kind of like powers as Ty Lee, where they can like block chi. I forget what it was called. They basically block bending and shit like that. So yeah, I can't wait to see, and Amon has a mask, so I feel like we know when he takes off the mask, we're gonna know who he is. He might be related to one of the other older characters. That's my prediction with that. Maybe Zuko's son or something. I don't know, or Azula's child. I don't even know if Azula had a child, but But yeah, that was episode 1. Episode 2, Korra's training, and it's not going too well. She's just messing up, and then she has to go through this thing where move through this little maze type thing where it's moving around using her body. Tenzin's children can do it. And then Milo does this hilarious move, and he's like, "Be the leave." Milo looks scary as hell, but still, he's funny. He's hilarious. And Korra's just messing up. She's not good at the training. Then Korra, basically, she becomes aware of this sport and pro bending, and this is a pretty badass sport, and she wants to take part in it, but she wants to go watch. But Tenzin won't let her watch or listen to it because she has to train and she doesn't want to get involved in that. But of course, eventually Korra sneaks out and goes to the pro bending arena, and she meets Bolin and Mako, I think his name is. Yeah, Mako is a firebender and Bolin is a earthbender. They're brothers, and she watches one of their matches, and they almost lose, but they win. And Korra, reveals to them that she's the Avatar, and then I think Makora is the new Zutara. I don't know, that's what everyone's saying, but but I don't know. Yeah, so Korra goes back, and then she wants to go pro bending, and she she breaks the freaking maze thing, and Tenzin's like, that was a 2,000-year-old ancient thingy, and he gets pissed off, and then Korra's just like, fuck this shit. And she's like, you're a terrible teacher, Tenzin. And then Milo's like, yeah, you're a terrible teacher, daddy. And starts breaking stuff. It was hilarious. And then Korra, she sneaks out again. And it turns out that the Mako and Bolin's third friend, whatever, didn't show up. So Korra takes the place of that friend. And yeah, so she and the 2 other guys, they compete, and Korra's kind of rusty, she can only use water bending, but she ends up using earth bending, and everyone's like, what the fuck, and that's the Avatar, and then, so then there's talk, and then Tenzin's listening to the radio, and he's like, hey guys, have you guys seen Korra? As the White Lotus soldiers are listening to the radio of the pro bending match, and then they found out that Korra is at the pro bending arena, so Tenzin gets pissed off, and he's like, never mind, I'll go get her myself. He just leaves. Tenzin's hilarious. Tenzin's my favorite. So yeah, then the match continues, and they're like, okay, the Avatar, can compete as long as she just uses water bending, and the other guys on the other team are like, oh, that's bullshit. But I thought it was funny. So yeah, they compete, and then Korra gets knocked out, and then she comes back up, and Tenzin's like, let's go back, and then Korra's like, I have to do this, and some angsty crap, and then Tenzin's like, okay, fuck you. So Korra just goes back up, and then Korra actually uses the stuff Bolin and Mako are getting barraged by the other team, while Korra's getting barraged as well. And she actually like uses the thing she had learned from Tenzin's training, like be the leaf, and she like dodges all this shit. And then the other benders run out of like stamina, so Mako and Bolin own them instead of Korra, and they win. And Tenzin's like, yeah, woo! He's like cheering, and then he just like acts all calm and collected after that. Tenzin, I love Tenzin, but yeah. So then Korra apologizes to Tenzin, and then Tenzin apologizes to Korra, and then Korra's like, oh yeah, by the way, I have to compete again next week because I'm in the tournament. So Tenzin's like, whatever, fuck this shit, and just at the end of the episode, you see Mako staring off in the distance at I think the place where Korra's staring at, and then Korra staring off in the distance, smiling at the pro bending arena. So everyone's like, "Holy shit, Korra and Mako! It's canon, guys. They're gonna." But yeah, I am really enjoying this series right now. I really like it. Um, just Tenzin and his children make this series for me. I like Korra too. You know, she's like Aang, except older and a girl, but she really has like those characteristics and all that. But yeah, it's good, very good. First two episodes. I can't wait till we get to the actual plot with the Equalists and like the battle between them. I know at one point, Bolin gets captured by them because I saw in the trailer, and I think Mako and Korra go save him. So yeah, that thing that I don't know what's gonna happen next episode where Bolin gets captured, but very good first two episodes. I guess I've actually planned to do these reviews for a while before anyone else is doing them. Like I back in like November, or I don't know, but yeah, good episodes. I'm gonna review episode 3 when that comes out, and tell me what you thought of these episodes in the comments. Who's your favorite character so far? But yeah, mine are Tenzin and Milo, and I like Korra also. So yeah, see you guys later. Have a great day.